Hello, welcome back to Limbus Company. What do you mean, where did Twitch go? Alright, I'll fucking check it. It says I'm live, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It's not working for you, sorry. But it's telling me I'm streaming to Twitch, so we'll go with that. Either way, hello. Limbus. Don't mind that. I was just doing some daily stuff before going live. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and turn that in. I think that's another set of boxes right there. Yeah. So I need to own up to something. I have not done my homework. And by that I mean I didn't go back and I didn't do the extra, like, filler stages from Canto 4. I'm feeling some Limbus burnout. I'm feeling some general Project Moon burnout, not to disappoint any PM fans out there. We might be taking a break from it at some point in the near future. I just got a lot of other things I want to stream right now, so maybe this Intervallo will be the last one we do for now. The last PM thing we do for, like, the nearest future. Hello, Pork. Good to see you. Alright, so where are we? Look, my only experience with an Intervallo so far is chicken. Hello, Alonso, Pork, everybody. I guess we're just gonna start this. I have some boxes in case we run out of regular Encephaline here. C. Is every Intervallo wacky woohoo? Then again, I don't really like how the sky is suddenly split. Oh, this might be where the crabs are from. Well, I mean, it's the beach episode. I can't believe they have the gall to actually name it that. You should definitely watch the trailer first. Well, I happen to have that set up already. Well, for the most part, anyway. I have my Opera GX ready over here. Okay, this might take a second to load. In the meantime, we go over to the theater. Let's mute the game. Ah! Yeah. Oh, what is this? If you told me this immediately was, without the intro, obviously, if that was immediately like a Blue Archive summer event intro, like that first 2 seconds, if you told me that was Blue Archive, I might believe you. Alright. Sure. It feels weird seeing the Mephistopheles with, like, such a bright background. Well, that's definitely the crabs. I fought the crabs in, what's it called? Mirror Dungeons, MD. I keep on calling Mystery Dungeon. Oh. I'm gonna guess that's a charge identity. Footwork. Oh, I think I've seen this one, but I don't think I have it. Harpooner, something like that. Damn, that's kind of sick. Boat works, fix. Tomato. And I have seen that in MD. Oh my god, well, cheers. It's Ryoshu and Yisan? Honglu? Honglu. Did Homeboy just have like a magical girl transformation for a second? Oh, don't tell me we have new friends coming up, because they're just gonna die. This is straight up Blue Archive music. I know what that is! That's a giant crab. I guess they don't quite spoil it in the trailer. Okay, I think I liked the other trailer better. I forget what it was for. Was it for Canto 4? like post-launch content. That was a nice trailer. All right. Honglu's version of Soda is a magical girl transformation. The transformation takes longer than the actual attack. I'm dying for Soda TS5. I want to use the funny magical transformation eco. I hope it's good. Look, the only magical girl I need in my life is Dawn. Thank you. As stated before, we won't get into that. Gotcha. It's an HP/SP healing, SP healing ego. It's very bad at both. Damn. That's rough, buddy. Let me unmute the game. 1 second. By the way, Dead as Disco Intense Difficulty. Oh my god, dude. I can get to Hemlock. I played for like an hour before going live, an hour and a half. I can get to Hemlock with near full health or full health, but then I just end up whiffing it by phase 3. You don't get healing in man, and everything does so much damage. It's nuts. They acknowledged Lifetime Stew for TS5, so my hopium lives. Lifetime Stew was one of the ones from Intervallo 1? It also needs crits for one of its effects. Honglu did not have a poise ID at the time, and in fact did not gain one until well over a year later. Why do they do this, Pork? Why do they do this? Pretty sure I saw a road that looked exactly like this one 30 minutes ago. I'm sorry, I keep accidentally reading this as neats, and it confuses me momentarily, but it's nests.
뒷골목에 사는 통하는 길만 안다면 골목 구석구석을 질주하며 갔을 수 있었겠지만 보통 둥지 안에서 차를 타고 어딘가를 간다는 것은 어마어마하게 끔찍한 교통체증까지
We don't have flying cars and shit. Well, we probably do, but I don't know. Probably fueled by the agony of, I don't know, infants or something in this fucked up world. Both versions of Lifetime Stew are due to get a TS5 tomorrow. Whoa! Okay, maybe you will get Soda TS5. I guess. I'm assuming them being Threadspin 5 gives them, or makes them viable in today's content.
그래서 돈 좀 주머니에 짤랑거린다 싶으면 W4 워프 열차도 타고 그러는 거 아니겠어?
Just ride the Mephistopheles, bro. It's not that bad. You've got like rest chambers in the back. You're fine. Just all my homies hate W Corp. Down with W Corp. Fuck them.
워프 열차는
The bus fell silent, as though everyone seemed to simultaneously recall the warp train they saw in the mirror worlds. Have we seen a warp train in MD? I don't think I have.
전 역시 버스가 나은 것 같네요.
So they have seen what becomes of you, I'm assuming. You pulling W Corp IDs is canon. All my homies hate W Corp, you know it. Sotoryoshi is a replacement Zayn, so you can use it to change her base sin resistances. In terms of actually using it, it's worthless outside a sinking team and not very good at that, but 6 sinking potency is technically the most any single attack inflicts, so it has a niche. Barely. Well, at least it has something going for it. It is assumed that you've rolled and used W Corp IDs by this point, since there's a lot of them, and they were one of the strongest archetypes in the game at the time. I'm surprised I haven't even seen them yet.
동의한다.
차라리 히스처럼 속편하게 자기라도 하자. 창밖만 보고 있다가는 지루해 죽겠으니까.
I don't know. I've been... How do I word this? Yesterday, I had to drive out pretty far from where I live. And I didn't get lost because, of course, Google Maps is a thing, right? I don't know if we'll ever get lost thanks to modern technology. Anyway, I kind of enjoyed it. Like, I normally enjoy just kind of like being in the passenger or in the back, whatever. Not driving and just looking out the window. I don't know. Seeing places you haven't seen before, that's kind of interesting. But when, I'm assuming traversing through a nest takes a very long time. So you probably would get bored eventually. Let's see. That part of Ruin is like a psychological firing squad for the unprepared. I don't even want to go back and watch my stream of it because I think it's just the most boring thing ever where I I'm just punching my desk in the silent fury. So we spent days upon days of boredom on the bus. Look, boredom. Would you take boredom or Love Town? I would take boredom, thank you. Anyway. Hey, Matt.
거의 다 왔군요. 이 터널만 지나면 곧 길이 틀 겁니다.
I still can't really grasp how big this world is, man. That's good. I can't see much yet, but I'm glad we're almost there. Speaking of which, our destination was... Yes, indeed. Once again, we were being blindly led along by our guide to who knows where. Don't you think it's about time he started telling us about where we're going?
단테 씨가 목적지를 묻는군요.
이번 목적지는
Vergilius.
최종 목적지는 유사에 위치한 로보토미 지부입니다.
U-Corp? Do I know U-Corp? Should I know U-Corp?
뭐야, 이스. 자다가 깼어? 갑자기 움찔거려서 놀랬잖아. 아, 죄송해요.
Okay, I don't know them. For a second, I thought Dante called her Ishi as well.
지금 우리는 경유지.
Just as Vergilius finished his sentence, the bus emerged from a lengthy tunnel. This is Blue Archive music. I'm telling you, this is Blue Archive music. Did they get Mitsukiyo to do this track? The cleanest sandy beach and the most turquoise blue ocean I'd ever seen graced my eyes.
저것은 대호수가 아니오!
With Don Quixote's enthusiastic exclamation, sinners began waking up from their naps one by one.
야, 이거 얼마 만에 보는 광경이야.
Boatworks Sinclair certainly is a 2-star self-tremor ID. Double for bursting his own tremor stack if you play him wrong and having a 4-coin S1 with a pathetic 1-coin power. Oh. And you're right, Urge. We don't.
어머, 그래. 자기는 와봤던 거야? 나는 말만 들었지 한 번도 와본 적 없는데.
The sinners each began excitedly chattering about the sea.
잠깐. 벌써 내 차례라고?
I'm assuming Ishmael is up next if our final destination here. Maybe don't say final destination while we're in a vehicle. If you know, you know. Some old horror movies. If you can even call them horror. Anyway, by that same name. I'm assuming she's gonna be the next Kanto target, question mark, main focus, whatever term you want to use for it. I haven't heard a whole lot of Blue Archive voice to you, but this does sound like a Blue Archive track. Thank you. Zwei West Sinclair power crept him out of existence as a self-tremor tank. Boatworks is now just a bench passive. Dude, I think about that all the time. Oh. The ominous log truck in front of the Mephistopheles. If you don't know, Final Destination are movies where basically it's a cycle of death. A friend group, a guy and his friends were supposed to die on a plane headed to a school field trip. He gets a premonition that gets them, he freaks out, that gets them kicked out of the train, and from that point forward, every one of his friend group starts dying in order because they cheated death and death has come back for them. So it's just like in wacky ways, like a coin falls and it knocks over a can that wets an outlet that, I don't know, somehow strangles somebody. That's not an exact death, but that may as well be an exact death. Anyway. And one of them is they're driving behind a truck carrying logs, and one of the logs falls out and just splits the car in half, from what I remember. I haven't seen these movies in a long time. And I think about that scene more often than I like to admit. Not because I like it, just because it struck a chord so deep in my psyche. I saw that shit when I was really young. Anyway.
아직 다들 준비가 안 됐는데.
Ishmael, you Good?
아니요. 잠시만요.
I wonder how that Kanto's gonna be.
그러면 우리는 대호수로 가는 것이요?
대호수는 듣기만 해보고 실제로 본 적은 없었는데.
You said Great Lake, but
이런
do you mean an
모습이었구나.
ocean? Did we lose oceans at some point? Funny enough, the log death is actually from the premonition. It's the death that was avoided. Ah, okay. It's the faintest of memories. That's the start of. I was gonna say Deadly Premonition. That is a fitting title for that, but that's a completely different video game series. But that's Final Destination 2, right? I think I remember 1 the most. It's from the start of 2. There you go.
오, 지친 우리의 여정 속에서 드디어 물놀이라는 것이 있을 예정인가 보.
아하, 이런 곳에서 휴양을 즐겨보는 것도 좋은 경험이겠어요.
Whatever, rich boy.
쉴 수 있게 된다면
Oh, Footwork's Ishmael is actually pretty good. Self-tremor / tremor sinking ID inflicts absurd amounts of sinking count when hitting enemies that have tremor. S3 spends self-tremor to inflict untyped fragile, the strongest damage increase in the game. Whoa. And it's in old ID? She sees little use these days because Hanafuda Ishmael is also shrinking and obscenely good, but Volperk's Ishi does occasionally come back for sinking Deluge OTKs with Spice Bush Yisong. If I didn't know this game well as I do by this point, that may as well a word salad, not a word soup. I can't think of the term for it. My brain is melted reading that. But I know what you're talking about. I get the mechanics you're talking about for the most part.
나는 기다란 벤치에서 일광용.
This isn't that kind of game, or else we would get like, if this was Blue Archive, we'd be getting 3-star swimsuit Roja. Did they collab with Blue Archive? Can we get that in Blue Archive? Anyway.
본인은 비치 볼리볼 모두와 함께 해보고 싶소.
I just did the... Hang on. Have you seen the... I think... hang on. Have you seen this GIF before? I'm pretty sure it's Drew from Giant Bomb, but don't hold me on that. I'm finding a GIF right now. Just like blinking white dude. Hang on, it's gonna take a second to load. I literally just did this. Just a moment. Please be patient. My computer is very slow. I literally just did this. I don't have a webcam, so you didn't see it, but I literally just did this. Can you say that one more time, please?
그거 재밌겠네.
본인은 비치 볼리볼 모두와 함께 해보고 싶소.
Thank you, Don. Beach volleyball. Fuck, that's pretty good.
이봐 안내장 봐. 우리 정말 쉬는 거야?
Everyone seemed to be conveniently forgetting the fact that Virgilius never mentioned if we were stopping at the beach.
그럴 리가. 카론
바퀴를 도랑이 걸칠 거야. 끼. 뭔가 적습인가?
Beach volleyball.
아니 그저 경유지에 도착한 것뿐이다.
이게 대체 뭔가?
This is just right next to the Great Lake? Hello? Alright, okay. Well, there's no wing that specializes in cleaning waste? There's no Janny wing out there? Okay. Anyway. Can I hear that again?
이게 대체 뭔가?
It's pretty good, thank you. Only the despairing cries of sinners echoed in the dark and damp view outside the windows. It's so... It's like taunting the fact that it's within eyeshot. Why are we here? Huh? This is a LobCorp, the remnants of a LobCorp facility. Also, hello. I didn't comment on this earlier, but I'm going to shut up for a second. I'll heavily consider it, Urge. I think it would get a little old a little quick. But it's a possibility. I am gonna sit down one of these nights and record a bunch of things to add as sound bites. Mainly from old games that no one fucking knows but me. Anyone ever heard of microvolts? No, you haven't. That's fine. It's still, you know, they brought it back a couple years ago. I've been considering playing it again. Anyway. Ooh. This sounds more like a battle theme than a map theme. Mud Flat? Scrapyard. Oh. We should use Team 1. Is there, like, anything... Should we change up the units? Why are we here just to suffer? Exactly. Beach volleyball. Sure, these are fine. We'll stick with this. Oh my goodness, 35? I do have kind of OP thingies. Let's catch up to like 32. Why the hunter? I don't know what he says, sorry. Seriously, when are y'all when are y'all archiving is what I almost said. When are y'all collabing with Blue Archive, bro? You got ice cream, nice. I have not ice cream, not shaved ice either. I don't know what it is. Hang on, I'll find a picture. I have one of these in the freezer. What is this? No, I'm not talking about a drink. It's a frozen... Okay, this thing. Soft frozen cherry limeade. Is this ice cream? I don't know, but it's delicious, and I got it for $1.25. It's pretty good. Should I be eating it? No, but maybe once in a blue. Alright, let me have this. I ate half of it the other day, and I'll eat half of it again later. Alright. Sorbet? Define sorbet. Dairy-free frozen dessert made from fruit juice, water, and sugar. Huh. Sorbet. It's a pretty good word for it. When y'all archiving with Blue Collab? Roja, where's your 3-star swimsuit skin? Okay, or not even skin. There's no skins in Blue Archive. There's character variants. Is that everybody? 33, 32. Yeah, we're still under level, but only by a little bit. Archiving y'all with Blue Collab.
이런 곳에서 vacation을 즐기란 말이야. 말도 안 돼. 이런 곳에서 vacation을 즐기란 말이야.
Don. Even in this, I swear to God, there's a zone in Darkest Dungeon like this. Is it the Weald? I swear there's a zone that's green. I'm gonna Google green zone. Green zone. Hey, no, this is not giving me what I'm looking for. Thank you, Google. Piece of shit.
놀랍게도 돈 끝에
I've heard enough of the clown music.
저 양반은 한 번도 놀라고 말한 적 없어.
아니, 제법 운치는 있군.
Not
마,
bad.
들.
Yes, no hills. Well, I guess there are hills in this green zone, but I don't think we'll be seeing any hedgehogs anytime soon.
아, 이럴 거면 아까 그 예쁜 모래사장은 왜 보여준 거야?
그러게요. 차라리 모르고 왔으면 기대도 안 했을 텐데.
I'm sorry, guys.
아니, 저기 바로 코앞에 아까 보았던 모래사장이 있지 않은가? 왜 저리로 가지 않는 것이오? 공기도 깨끗해 보이고 날씨도 좋아 보이는데.
이번 목적지가 그쪽이 아니니까요.
Yeah. New Crimson Ordeal jingle. I believe it.
이곳은
21구 유사의 뒷골목이죠.
Oh no, crabs.
진짜.
Oh no, junk crabs.
맞습니다.
So where was that exactly? District 21, back streets of Ucorp.
그건 둥지마다 그리고 뒷골목마다 다르기 때문에 일반화하기는 힘들어요. 하지만 이번의 경우는 그렇다고 볼 수 있겠네요.
저 옆은 개인 소유의 해변인가요? 물도
그렇군. 칼로 변했듯 경계가 져 있다.
I don't think Otis has said anything this entire time.
뻔하지.
네, 여긴
대호수죠. 여긴 원래 그래요. 저렇게 쉬기 좋게 평화로운 공간은
설명의 기회가 자꾸 아사지는군요.
Hang on though, what's stopping like a junk crab from just going over the fence? Do they have security? Also, I've heard enough of this clown vomit music.
뒷골목은 단순히 건물과 건물 사이에 생겨난 골목만을 칭하지 않아요.
I was fine with the Emma and Noah battle theme, despite being such an annoying loop. I don't know why this one is irking me.
뭐 이런 쓰레기 같은 것들이 너저런 걸 보면 누가 봐도 뒷골목 아니냐?
I'd be gobsmacked too.
쓸만해 보이는.
뭐야? 왜 말을 하다 말아?
움직였어.
뭐가?
이 라디오 움직였어. 21구의 라디오는 발이 달려 움직이는 건가?
뭐 정말?
What the whoa? At Heathcliff's cry, everyone turned toward a certain pile of trash. And there it was, all of a sudden, a monster. Wait, was that canonically what was playing? Was the clown vomit music diegetic? Meaning, were they hearing it too?
What the what?
That crab was actually playing the music? Never mind, he was actually playing a good battle theme. Oh shit, Matt, you want to play some Spelunky 2 later? Okay, I said that the real life stuff was going to be done with after Monday, but it got sprung on me again tomorrow, so I actually can't stay up too late tonight. We'll do like half of the Intervallo, and then I'll probably have to call it quits. Anyway, I don't want to drudge that up. It's fine. Okay, is this a focused encounter? No, it's an unfocused encounter. We should do her defensive. This is favored. It's all favored. Oh, we could get a res here. These are unopposed. We should do this. Oh, but that does not work. How can I fix this? Mouse defensive whiffs, yeah. Well, I mean, we could do a skill 3. It's a bit overkill. Hello and good night. All right, Kajlo. Okay. Sure, it's crabs, right?
불가.
It's the worst that could happen.
막아내지 못하리. 틈끊어.
This intervallo is pretty short. Okay.
자,
I feel like Hell's Chicken was like 2 streams worth, no? Oh, right. Roja, we want to set up the daggers. Let's see if we can defend against anything. People would do this. I don't remember what is the better option for this guy. I think this is his skill 3, so maybe we do this. That becomes Pride Res. And then these are unopposed anyway, so. Okay, is this countered? Or is this like clashing with something? Yes.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Yo, funds. 3 out of 5 sinking team? I'm just using what looks cool. And some of this stuff I got from the... I didn't even pull it during Walpurgis. I had to craft it. Because my Walpurgis luck was garbage.
아무것도 남지 마라.
I think it was well worth it though, because... God damn, dude. That's a lot of enemies. Let's see. No skill 3s coming up. I think she has how many stacks of the okay, that's the Star's Blade. She's at 11 speed. I mean, this gives her a little bit of speed, right? Maybe we'll clash again. And let's see. Sinking had to bring their Rupture cousin with them. Look, this is one of my favorite Dawns. Dawn is already my favorite, so let me have this. And, I mean, this is like one of the best things in the game, apparently, and I believe it. Having used it for a bit, I believe it. Roja is sinking goat, but put her in negative state to make her positive on sinking. Sure, I've been on the next encounter. I'll probably do that. I think she's currently going to be pulling aggro in this stance. Heathcliff is going to be using a purple, so we'll do that one. This is Gluttony Res. Okay, more importantly, is this clashing with anything? Yes. Okay.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Seeing new players in this game is always so surreal. It's a lovely experience, but it's so interesting. Apparently people just like seeing new players to this. That's where a lot of my viewers have come from, actually. When I started doing LobCorp, then we moved to Ruina, and we're playing this now. Let's see. We have a skill 3, and she does have 12 movement speed, so I guess we can just do this, this. I think at this point, does it really matter? I think we're just gonna decimate him.
막아내지 못하리.
I did. Oh god, I was going to say Limbus. I did LobCorp all the way through. I got to a certain difficulty spike in Ruina, and I haven't gone back. Yeah, I haven't finished Ruina. Thank you, Arch. Keeping an eye out for me there. All right. We'll return to Ruina at some point.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다.
I fought the chain smokers. I forget what they're called, but they have like pipes.
더 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
And they were kind of just there. I don't think it was a particularly tough fight. I read this as trash cards. I've had card games on the mind lately, so it's probably to blame.
죽음 충동 억제.
Smiling faces sounds about right. Oh, it's just a fight. I'm surprised there's not like, what's the term for it? Garbage pickers? No, like what are people that like dig through trash to try to find like anything remotely valuable? There's got to be something out here worth anything. I mean, these crabs are finding axes, and well, that's kind of just a rock, I guess. It's not that interesting. Never mind. Let's see. Do these two. This is dominating, this is unopposed, and this is unopposed. I think we will set up Roja, and maybe we'll hop on Dullahan. I forget if the red one is okay to overwrite, but we're gonna. These smiling faces and proxies didn't even look at the other two nodes in that tier. Yeah, and that's where we left off. Smoking addicts and the AI Bros Syndicate. Yeah, fuck the AI Bros, dude. If I find out that whatever their god question mark is just like an old like dinosaur, like, you know, chunky PC, I'm gonna be real mad. Let's see. That's the coffin one. Do this. There is no skill 3 coming. Oh, she has a skill 3. Ah, but her movement speed isn't good enough. I could do this, and we'll hold on to the skill 3, I think. And then we'll do this. Is it actually clashing? It is. All right.
나아가주게.
Oh, S1 is neutral, so use Hunt Cliff S3 instead. Okay. I thought you needed to save up some coffin stacks for Hunt Cliff. God. I wish she had an ego to go along with that ID. Dawn with Love and Hate, whatever that one's called, Queen of Hatred. She has an ego. We have movement speed. I think her skill 2 is good. Her skill 3 is obviously good. We can do this. Mix and match colors there. S3 is how you get coffin stacks without a kill. The reason to save it is to get to lower SP, since S3-2 mounted version is -2. Ah. You've seen Solon land Nissan Ego, right? Yes. But not too low or you dismount. What are we talking about here? Like, in the negatives? In the low positives? What are we aiming for with that? No skill 3s coming up. So we will... I guess just do this. This. I don't think we have coffin stacks. We have Dullahan stacks. That's a lot of reading, I'm sorry. Gain 1 Dullahan next turn, and at -25 SP or less, however, completely lose all. Ah, okay. Not too low or you dismount. And by being on Dullahan, you lose SP. Gotcha. Okay. A lot of this is unopposed. I guess one of them is staggered. Let's see. There's no skill 3 coming up, so we'll just go with this. Definitely use S3 now. The Gloom/Cyan skill. Okay. What is this called? Lament, Mourn, and Despair. Damn, that's edgy, but kinda cool. We'll go with this. It'll get his SP back into the positives and dismount. Gotcha. Get in the fucking coffin, crab. What if the crab steals my coffin and uses it as its hermit shell? So far, how has this game been treating you? Very, very well. It took me many streams. We're already on stream. Let me double check so I don't have egg on my face. We're already on stream like 12 or something. My computer's really slow. We're on 12. Yes, I was right. And I've enjoyed this. I think Ruina is so cool, but I'm not very good at it. And I'm kind of slow to learn mechanics. So when people yell at me, and I know you guys aren't doing it out of like ill will or whatever, but when people yell at me or like, oh, you're playing this wrong, do this, do that, it just feels bad, so I haven't touched it in a couple of months, and we'll get back to it eventually. This, however, I think I'm getting the hang of it for the most part, and I have been enjoying it. It's just one crab. I'm going to click the win rate button. The Funeral of Dead Crabs. There's a lot of dead crabs on screen right now.
잠든
Single part
그들을
Kanto
기리더니
4 dungeon was not bad narratively, but it wound up being long. Oh, dude, the last stream of this was 6.5 hours.
그래서 이
And that was
벌레
just the
게딱지 같은
Kanto 4
것들은
dungeon.
뭔데?
Oh god, what are the red ordeals again? I know it's the clowns, but I don't remember what they're called.
저기
Hey,
자꾸 나보면서 믿지 마.
he's a roach, not a crab.
턱이 없잖아.
Actually, he's a lot of things. I don't really get it because of suddenly one day or whatever his base ego is called.
덱 안 봤어 아저씨.
We love our
그러는 거 피해망상이라니까.
horse, chain, coffin, thunder. Yes, yes, we do. Cheers for the beginning, the harmony of skin, and the struggle at the climax. Thank you. That one's really gross, right? It's just like a couple of like fat clowns that roll around. I guess they're all pretty gross, right?
크랩게네요.
Trash crabs.
크랩게요. 저렇게 등딱지에 쓰레기나 폐품 같은 걸 붙여서 집이자 무기로 만드는 것들요.
That's pretty smart.
지긋지긋한 놈들이죠. 물가에서 일하는 사람들에게 불쑥 튀어나와 공격하기도 하고 주변을 돌아다니는 사람들을 덮치는 일도 잦고. 하지만 대호수에 저런 잔챙이들은
Oh, small fries, huh? I don't know if I've ever seen that face on Ishmael before. Makes sense. I guess we're coming up on her Kanto next time. Or, well, whenever we're done with the Intervallo and side stories anyway.
저기 벌써부터 그것들을 잡고 있는 건가요?
Oh, hello. You guys are gonna die. Horrendously. A couple of people in work overalls seem to be approaching from a distance.
미카, 귀한 고객님들이잖아. 좀 더 예의를 차려야.
We've already had a Mika in universe, right? Was that the Dawn Fixer or was that a Molar Fixer? I swear there was one in Ruina, but my memories are foggy.
뭔가
If you have enough patience, you can probably beat most of the game with a single librarian. Let's see. When bro talking about some lament, mourn, and despair, so I low-key pull out Magnificent End and kick his ass out of sinking. I vaguely know what you're talking about. Molar Fixer, Molar Office. Yes, Miko what? Molar Office also had the same weird, impractical chainsaw weapons. Yeah, that's right.
저
What are those R and T's? What are those retweets?
저것들은 뭐냐고.
What the
하시는 것
whoa?
같네요.
Rags and tags.
이 사람들 우리 보고 저것이라고 하는데 꼭 예의를 지켜야 하는 걸까?
저길 수도 있다.
You look too clean to be in this swamp.
신분을 밝혀라.
정의에 대한 얘기를 전달받지 못하신 건가요?
그래, 전혀 없다. 마치 그럴듯하게 신분을 위장에 끼어든 스파이처럼 말이지.
Sometimes I just want to like, I don't know how to word this without sounding weird. I kind of just want to sit Otis down off to the side. It's fine. It's fine. Let's move along with the story. Thank you.
저기요, 스파이라면 좀 더 체계적인 방법을 사용하지 않을까요?
Also, I did a water redeem in the first minute. Did you drink water? Yes. Do that right now, actually. Have you been needing to grind Lux for XP tickets yet? No, not really. I've got like 200 or 300 gold tickets and a couple of the 4 tickets, tier 4 tickets, because I bought the pass, so they gave me a ton of shit.
그렇겠죠. 오티스 씨, 이분들은 이번에 협력할 분들입니다.
It's Effie and Sod, Mark II, and they're gonna die just as horrendously.
다음엔 빨리 말하도록.
반갑습니다. 미카 씨, 레인 씨. 저희는 LCB, 림버스 컴퍼니 버스.
LCB.
버스 맞네요. 그때 그분도 버스 녀석들이라고 말하셨으니까.
LCC의 B14이 이미 다녀갔다고 들었습니다. 그분이라는 걸.
잠시 명함 좀 다시 보고. LCC
Okay.
확인은 끝난 것 같으니까 가게로
The
돌아가서
EXP
마저
curve
이야기하죠.
starts getting
그
pretty
버스에 대한
nasty around the
것도 좀 보고.
40s. Well, I've got like 200 or 300 golds, and we're probably fine, but I've been doing my dailies and, you know, saving up my tickets. To the point where they actually started moving the XP curve way shallower for level cap increases in the 50s.
여기 계속 서서 대화하기는 좀 그렇죠.
We're the
아니,
customers?
애초에 여긴 왜 들른 거야?
간단히 말하자면 저희의 목적지인 유산은 대호수 위에 배들로 이루어져 있는 둥지입니다. 따라서
I just make it seafaring. Faust can do anything, right?
그리고
I don't hate Faust, but
시시각각
환경이
you can only handle a know-it-all type of character for so long. But they obviously can't retcon the odd XP thresholds, just make newly added ones a bit more reasonable. Okay. Wait, oh, that is the entire idea here? Oh. Okay, I was just shooting the shit, but alright.
그 호수에서 버틸 수 있는 배가.
그래서 미리 적합한 공방을 찾아
Wow, that actually was it.
버스 개조에 대한 계약을 한 거지.
이게 적합한?
이만 들어가지.
지난번 회식 때문에 예산 타격이 컸나? 먹을 수 있을 만큼 시키라 해서 마음껏 주문했던 것뿐인데.
Like Roja said, looking at the somewhat dilapidated shop made me curious about the company's finances. But nothing good could ever come out of this conversation, so I decided to table the thought. Not like half the people here would even understand them. Or at least the new people in Verg wouldn't. I could probably see that chainsaw weapon in Elden Ring. Probably not Elden Ring, but Bloodborne for sure. A lot of stuff in Ruina and this I could see in Bloodborne. Maybe Elden Ring too, but my PC sucks. I played like 30 or 40 hours of Elden Ring, and it just got like... I would be stuck in like a ghost zone where the enemies hadn't loaded in yet. So I would wander around and then suddenly get ganked by a pod of enemies spawning on me that I didn't know was there. So, you know what? Whenever I get that new PC, we're doing Elden Ring. It's gonna be awful. The boat rates. Bro, if I was Verg, I would be mad as fuck if I had to walk through that water and ruin my suit.
아니, 대응 좀 부탁해.
If I was Verg, I don't know if I'd be working with this company, if I'm being honest. But, you know.
알았어.
이 공방은 보기보다 꽤 고난도의 장비까지 하고 있는 모양이군.
Actually looks pretty clean in here.
알아보시겠나요?
무기와 장비를 정비하는 공방적 기술에 대한 폭넓은 이해는 전쟁 중에 가장 중요했으니까.
Ah!
무슨 소리죠?
메피스토 팰리스의
Scream?
아니, 경보가 작동한 것 같군요.
죄송해요. 잘못 건드렸어요.
지금 쿵쿵대는 소리도 잘못 건드려서 나는 거야, 미카? 저기요!
방금 마주쳤던
Crabs were attracted by the noise. Okay.
비슷해 보이긴 하네요.
비슷한 것이 아니라
Trash cat crabs. A giant enemy crab with massive shipping container on its back loomed over us. Well, at least for a brief moment.
좌우로 산계해라!
저건 어디를 또 깨부숴야 하는 거야?
How did this thing just suddenly show up?
당연히 대가리를 깨부숴야지.
Whoa! A dark figure leapt down from somewhere under the creature's head. It's really loud.
가만히 있어라. 헛짓거리하지 말고.
This is a harpoon, not a pile bunker, right? Sorry, a pile bunker is one of the coolest things ever devised by man. This is close enough to also light that fire in me.
도망가는 건가요?
The figure leaped gracefully from the back of the fleeing creature and slowly approached us. This is the Ishmael ID, right? Or at least, this is the character that the ID is based on.
아 그래. 너희가 그 녀석이 말한 버스 애들이냐?
For a second, I thought that was Roja. Harpoon bunker, hell yeah! Let's see. For the two right-hand men, is defined to launch the webbook files. No, Leviathan is quite literally right after Ruina ends. DD isn't quite relevant yet, and also concurrent with Ruina. Alright. Sorry, Urge, I know you've been wanting to show me the books or the webcomics, question mark, for a while, but we'll get to them eventually, man.
올가 씨까지 포함해 정식으로 소개드리죠.
네.
이번 메피스토 팰리스의 개조에 도움을 주실
Molar
어금니
Boatworks.
센터라는 이름의 공방분들입니다.
No relation, right? Olga? That's not the same Olga, is it? She'd be a book by now? These aren't the same people, yeah?
이야, 이렇게 소개를 받는 날도 있네.
Wait, are these the same people?
아, 좀 쑥스러운 걸.
I don't remember what the guy looked like at all. I just know it was a discard engine. Also, goddamn.
누님, 그래도 귀한 고객분들인데 행동을 가려서.
These are in fact the same people. Damn, this is before they became books. That's rough, buddy.
아우, 내가 뭘 그렇게 잘못했다고 그래. 나 아직 뭐 안 했거든.
아직이라는 게
Wait, how does that
문제죠.
make sense chronologically? Ah, whatever. I'll figure it out eventually.
되지도 않았는데 조심해서 나쁠 건 없잖아요.
업종을 갑자기 바꾸는 일이 쉬운 건 아니었을 텐데 할만했습니까?
This is after Ruina, or at least one ending of it. That's all I'll say on the matter. That's a lot of food for thought. I'm gonna take that and move it off to the side. We don't need to worry about that right now. I mean, I'm happy if they're alive. I didn't hate them. Thankfully, they didn't suffer through you-know-what on those accursed W Corp trains.
보급 해결사 올가.
뭐 해결
Oh,
뭐야?
oops, sorry.
해결사! 해결사셨어? 어째 고귀한 향이 난다고 생각했어.
Thank you, Don.
어째요 다른 일을 하게 된 것이오? 해결사 일이 고되었던 것이오? 주로 어디에서 활동했던 것이오? 어떤 협회에서 어떤 시험을 치러서 5급까지 간 것이오? 역시 트레스 협회에서 공방 시험을 본 것인가? 알겠소. 알아들었다네.
미안하군요, 올가 씨.
붉은 시선. 고맙습니다. 존재를 하는 게 너무 오랜만이라.
그쯤 해두고 도서관에서의 사건 이후로 책으로부터 하나 둘씩 돌아왔던 모양이던데.
Huh. You don't say.
어땠습니까?
우리도 뭐 다르지는 않죠. 나 죽었나? 니카도 레인도 없었고 당장 배는 고프니까 어땠더라?
크랩개가 튀어나와서 주변에 있는 걸 주워 무기를 만든 다음에 산산조각을 내고 구워 먹었다고 하셨죠.
I don't mean to be that guy, but like the surroundings are green. Green usually means like bad, ill, poison. Are these crabs safe to eat, man?
맞아. 지랄맞게 맛없기는 했지만.
Yeah, there you
그러다가 개에 붙은 폐품으로 고철 바꿔 먹기를 시작했고.
오케이. 레인, 네가 설명하는 게 낫겠다.
Okay, alright.
저 올가라는 사람은 뭔가 대충대충 스타일인 것 같네.
You're one to talk.
어머? 누굴 말하는지 모르겠네.
엄마? 이건 또 뭐래? 머리통이 의체인가?
Also, there are like 2 different works relevant to the story between Ruina and Limbus. Throw that food for thought out of the window. All that matters is that the drunk tooth mommy and what is now the Boatworks crew are quite well. Good. Good for them.
누님, 자꾸 그러시면 이야기.
알았어, 알았다고.
Well, I don't want them to die horrendously.
책에서 돌아오는 데는
But
언제
everyone that's not
죽었는지
one of the... Well, I guess the sinners also die horrendously, but
따로
they can come back to life. Or have their time reverted, or whatever the technology is. It's whatever. That's not the point. Effie, Sod... oh god, Samjo. He jumped into the freaky green water that kills you. And, well... Oh god, what was his name? Dongbike? No, Dongrang. Becoming the Farm Watch.
아직은 규칙성이 명확하지 않고.
It was a really long dungeon, but I think one, I liked everything about it except for all of the filler. You know, that I didn't like, but thankfully you can skip it. And 2, I really liked the design for Dongrang at the end. I understand why it wasn't an ego or an ID, but I wish it was. Shortly after this event, they also released more IDs based on Ruina-era molars, a 2-star based on Rain for Yi-Sang, and a 3-star based on Olga for Otis. I'm surprised they chose Otis instead of Roja. I feel like that would be more fitting. They're both self-tremor discard IDs, and Molar Otis in particular is still arguably the best tremor Otis due to recycling her 3-burst S3 very fast. Molar Otis is probably the best use of the Season 2 ticket for that reason, as one of the only event IDs of that season. Roja robbed of both Olga IDs. Oh, damn, really? What did he say before that? Besides, I was starting to get worried about Ishmael, who was growing increasingly distraught. It was about time I talked to her about the sudden change. Ishmael, so you've been here before? It looked like you recognized those crabs from earlier.
네. 문제가 있나요?
Huh? No, not really. I'm just wondering how they taste. Sounds like people eat those crabs.
무슨 의도로 그런 의미 없는 질문을 갑자기 하시는지 뻔히 보이지만 그래도 대답을 드리자면 네, 크랩 차우더로 꽤 먹어보았죠. 구역질을 억지로 참아야 했지만 뱉어내지 않으면 소화할 수는 있는 맛이라고 해야 할까요?
Damn, that bad?
질문에 대한 답이 됐나요?
Yeah? Thanks.
그런데 먹을 수 있는 거군요. 저거. 환상체나 뒤틀림 같이 생겼는데.
I've probably asked this question during the LobCorp playthrough, but we can't harvest meat off of an abnormality, can we? I know you can't kill them because they come back, and we know that through this game because they're in like the egg form, which wasn't really a thing in I think you wanted to say Limbus, but I actually mean LobCorp. I don't actually know that one. Okay. As I mentioned, while Molar Boatworks Ishmael is very good, she's kind of eclipsed now by Hanafuda Ishmael, which you have. Unfortunately. Because Pile Bunker Harpoon sounds really cool. And it's based on Olga, which is also really cool. But yes, I do have Hanafuda. No, because of the egg form, I think. Man, I don't fucking know. Ask Nutsack. I'm not sure he would know either. Probably not. I would assume that abnormalities aren't truly physical and therefore like nutrition unless they're explicitly based around eating/drinking. Yeah, because you can sip a couple Welchers, right? and there's only a chance that you're gonna wind up on a fishing boat for the rest of your life? Apparently amber ordeals are edible. Yes, the perfect food, right? The perfect food. I don't remember the big worm, and then something of the end. No, Helix of the end is the green midnight. I don't remember amber midnight, but I know it's a bunch of giant worms that eat your I don't know, they spawn in the hub rooms. The food chain and the eternal meal, which we have seen some of those in this game already, but that was from 2 Walpurgises ago. The Walpurgis before last, which is when I first started the game, by the way, if you're curious.
네? 그럼
No, I don't think it's an abnormality or a distortion.
환상체와 뒤틀림을 구분할 수 있는 단테 씨는 설명이 없어도 알 수 있어 것은 생물입니다. 돌연변이라고 할 수도 있겠군요.
저희 할머니도 돌연변이 동물들을 많이 수집하곤 하셨죠. 저런 생물은 저도 처음 보지만요.
I'm sure they're everywhere.
참 진기한 구경이네요.
네, 그런 덕분에 저희가 밥도 먹고 정비 일도 할 수 있는 거죠.
미카, 어때? 견적은 좀 나와?
공방에서 일하시던 아버지께서는 말씀하셨죠. 싹 다 뜯어 고쳐야겠다.
뭐 엔진을 다
The whole
털어내야
shebang.
한다던가 그런 거냐?
I wouldn't want to eat the clowns. Obviously, you wouldn't eat the green ordeals because they're just robots. The purple ordeals, maybe, I guess. What were the purple ordeals after the Slenderman pillars? It's the fruit of understanding. I mean, it's a fruit. Fruits are good for you, right? Except that fruit looks like a beating heart, so probably not. It was pillars and then more pillars? I can't remember that for some reason. Did we somehow never see it? Because I remember the Slenderman pillars. I think it's we should be loved? No, let's grant us love. And the good delusion. I don't know if I've ever seen the good delusion. The tiny pillars of doom and despair. Okay, I guess I never got that one. Wow.
아니요.
And we did
그
50 some
부분까지는 건드릴
no,
필요 없어요.
40 some
함부로
streams
건드릴
of
엄두도 안
LobCorp.
나고.
That's crazy. I think you saw the God Delusion like once. It's obscenely hard. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the God Delusion. Oh. Yikes. Like on par with an Arbiter, the Day 49 version. Oh, Jesus Christ. And that can just spawn on any day after a certain point. Yikes.
버스 내부를 잠깐 봤는데 복잡한 것도 정도가 있어야 한다는 생각이 들더라고요. 하지만 그것 외에는 전부예요. 부력 발생 장치도 없고 프로펠러도 조타 장치도 없고요.
So, what do we do now?
그건 예상했습니다. 해결 방법을 제시하시죠.
방금 저 관리자라는 분이 뭐라 말하신 것 같은데 그냥 째깍인 건가? 뭐
Yeah, they can
중요한 건
understand me.
아니고.
So who else could understand me? A Twink Magic guy, right? I forgot his name. I don't fucking need to remember his name. The Twink Magician. Demian. We ended exactly on 50, actually. There you go. Why one of the Midnights is a super boss while the others are just difficult DPS/maneuvering checks remains a mystery. I kind of want to see what that looks like now. Maybe later. Are there mods that add other ordeals? I would assume so.
방법은 우리한테 있어요. 재료만 있으면 어떻게든 만들 수 있죠.
Literally harder than Apoc Bird? What the fuck? Damn, I never even really... I don't think we truly gave Apoc Bird a go because I was just looking to finish the game by that point. Threw the rabbits at it, it didn't work, and you time traveled out. Yeah, that sounds about right. Likely bisexual vague poster twink mage. Yeah, that's his name.
기계를 개조할 재료라고 한다면은 뭐 어디 고철 같은 거라도 주워야 하나?
That's probably the case,
잘
Gregor.
아시네요. 그리고 잘 하실 수 있을 거라고 보고요.
With that, Mika pointed away toward where the trash crabs were.
크랩개들을 처리하면 회품을 모을 수 있을 겁니다.
몇 마리나?
This suddenly sounds like an old school MMO quest. Go kill 100 mud crabs.
아주 많이요.
Oh no.
그럼 그렇지. 일하려고 온 거구만. 그치?
It's 4 separate pillars that are each immune to their chosen damage type and create massive attacks of that type across the facility. The white one is a tentacle sweep that can easily cover like half the entire facility. That sounds just as bad as what were those dudes that showed up at the end in the last week? There was one of each damage type. The white one was really fucking annoying because it had a... I think it would explode into like a giant white cloud, but it would also do a big sweeping white laser beam. Those were the fixers? Okay. I wasn't quite sure, sorry. It sounds like that. Jesus.
정확해. 이번 경유지에서 너희는 버스를 개조할 부품을 모아오면 된다. 황금가지를 찾아오는 것보다 쉽고.
Can we go to the beach after?
자, 그럼 나는 이 협력업체 분들과 담소라도 나누고 있을 테니.
Ordeals derived from the general idea of fixers, yeah. Since it's something about human subconscious fear or some such.
전원.
It's been a while.
바다로.
저런 건 바다가 아니요. 아니, 맞아요. 저 모습도 대호수의 일부. 바다라고도 불리는 한 모습이니까.
The sea. Okay, I'm glad someone called it the sea instead of just a Great Lake. What am I looking at here? Why does it have little T-Rex arms? That ain't like no crab I've ever seen. Time to collect scrap. This needs a module? Alright. Yeah, we're doing fine.
죽음 충동 억제.
We've fought the crabs in mirror dungeons. I don't think they're that bad. I know for a fact you're gonna hate the next canto. Oh fuck, it's water-based, isn't it? Oh, this was the repeatable event node when this was originally released. Right, like the chicken one. This was the designated infinite grinding node. Alright. Let's see here. Is Pale her skill 3? It doesn't look like it. We're gonna set up a couple of things here. I'm gonna do this. Check if this is clashing. It is. I don't know. Hop on Dillahan.
나아가주게.
See those emojis, Urge. Honestly, I was a little surprised I hadn't started freaking out when they mentioned making the Methy seaworthy. Well, it's not like I'm gonna be in control. Like, look. I can look at a JPEG of the deep sea and be scared, but at least I'm not in control. It's not like Subnautica, you know? I've mentioned this before. You gotta give me, like, at least a couple $1,000s if you want me to play Subnautica. No one's actually... I don't expect anyone to give me that money. I'm just saying, if you're gonna have me play the scariest shit imaginable to me, I need to not worry about bills for the next, I don't know, year or two. Hang on. We do have a skill 3. Oh, hang on. We have the speed already. Oh, because I just did the power counter. Meaning we can do this, this, and this. Which one is her skill 3 again? Was it purple or dark blue? I'm gonna assume dark blue.
나아가주게.
Point is, it won't be that. I don't expect this to be that scary. What was this? One thing that is scary that is water adjacent in this game is the. I've told you before, I almost lost to it in a mirror dungeon for the first time in a while. The silting current or something? The silting current? Now that thing's freaky. That thing looks like a deep sea monstrosity. And not of this world. Alien. Anyway. These are both dominating, and this makes it an NV res, which is good, I think. Is this clashing? It is. Oh wait, we have been underwater before in mirror dungeons when you fight the shark guy, the headless shark. Blood sack, blood. I have the gear. I'll check right now. To be honest, these enemies can just be people-centered. They weren't difficult by Season 2 standards. Oh, so hang on. Who has the thing? Q, right? Fluid sack. There we go. Well, which people-centered. That one's got cannons on its back. That's kind of cool. The boss might require you to wake up, but that's about it. All right. Nice. What causes Dawn to recast? I know we have 2 skills available to us right now, but sometimes she does a skill again, right? Sometimes she'll recast something. Or I could be wrong. And I'm thinking of a different ID. In theory, their ammo using makeshift cannon attacks can be somewhat scary. Okay. Oh, maybe it was with Rusted Coin, yeah. I thought she had something built in, but it could have just been Rusted Coin. Alright, well, keep at it. Mouse has a little assist defense gimmick. Maybe you're triggering it. Perhaps. We were able to defeat a considerable number of trash crabs and collect enough scrap to fill a whole wagon and then some.
네, 이 정도면 해볼 수 있겠네요.
휴, 그럼 이제 쉬어도 되는 거지? 들려? 어깨 돌릴 때마다 뚜둑 소리 나고 있잖아.
Can we go to the beach?
로자 씨, 그러니까 겁이라도 주는 것 같잖아요.
뭐 개조를 하는 데 드는 시간도 있을 테니 적어도 며칠은 즐길 수 있겠어.
I'm with Greg.
물론 여전히 휴양과 어울리지 않는 곳이지만.
In practice, the trash crabs are only a threat in very overleveled MD Infinity. Gotcha. The sinners were all busy stretching and chattering, relieved that the work was finally over. But I had a terrible feeling that this was probably not the end of our toil.
쉬기는 뭘 쉬어요?
Excuse me.
제가 말한 건 이제 시작만 해볼 수 있겠다고 말한 거예요.
And you had to grind that stage during the event version release of this. It makes sense in universe.
그렇다는 것은
당연히 더 주워오셔야죠.
참고 삼아. 그 양.
Give me an exact number.
지금의 한 5배?
미카, 후륜 쪽도 포함해야 할 것 같은데?
You clinging pans back there, Rain?
7배로 방금 막.
지금까지 효율을 고려하면 적절한 휴식은 취하지 못하겠군. 기존보다 수면에 할애하던 시간을 줄이는 편이 좋을 것이다.
이럴 수는 없는 거요. 이럴 순 없어.
Poor Dawn.
아니, 있잖아. 이런 고철 덩어리들을 주워온다고 작업이 되긴 되는 거야?
그야 고철을 적당히 볼트로 결합하는 방식이라면 죽도 유사의 특이점을 이용해 결합하는 과정을 거치면 마치 처음부터 자신의 부속품이었던 것처럼 기능하게 할 수 있으니까요.
We have access to that?
유사? 걔네 특이점이라면 무슨 음식 완벽히 포장하는 기술 아니었어? 뜯기 전까지는 절대 내용물이 변하지 않는 그런 거였는데? 거기서 제조했던 통조림도 요긴하게 먹고 그랬었는데.
어째 누님과 똑같은 말씀을 하시네요. 둥지마다 특이점을 활용한 여러 기술들이 있을 수도 있는 거잖아요.
원리만 활용한다면 근본적인 특이점을 기반으로 얼마든지 활용하여
Hear me
A사의
out.
기반 특허를 낼 수
You don't need to
있습니다.
answer this. What if we stuck the head on a W train? What if we stuck them on a warp train? And I'm not talking about the rich, you know, front cars. I'm talking about the back cars, the love towns. I'm sure they'll have, I don't know, man. They're omnipotent or some shit. I don't know anything about them. I hate them. A-Corp. I don't know if I've heard of A-Corp yet either.
공명굽세. 그놈이랑 똑같았지.
Monka S?
여기저기에 엉겨붙고 유착되어서는 기어이 삼켜버리겠지. 언제 그랬냐는 듯. 관리자님, 지금이라도 베르길리우스 씨에게 말해주세요. 순서를 바꿔서 다른 지부의 황금 가지를 해결하자고요.
I think you're just making excuses here.
지금은 충분하지 않아요. 모두의 경험도, 대호수에 대한 것도, 고래에 대한 지식도.
The whale.
그래요. 제가 알려드리고 도와드릴게요. 충분한 시간이 지난 후에 도전해야만 하는 곳이에요. 저곳은. 그러니까.
So was this Intervallo just kind of like giving you a little teaser, a little taste of what's to come? Kind of like how we met Samjo, and I don't think we met Dongrang, but maybe they hinted at some Kanto 4 stuff. I can't remember anymore, actually.
야, 자꾸 뭐 하자는 거야? 아까 먹은 크랩 차우더인지 뭔지가
I think you
잘못되기라도
doing food
했냐?
packaging gets mentioned by Roland at some point in Arena, but I forget if you've seen it yet. I can't remember. Probably used head bullshit of some variety. Okay. Usually the last Intervallo of a season is a setup for the next one. Is it Intervallo like mini episode? Exactly like the previous one? Or are there multiple Intervallos here? Oh, with these early seasons only having one Intervallo. Yeah, okay. Read that again, Zex.
다 같이 그 개 같은 개딱지 내장을 긁어먹긴 했지만 전 아주 멀쩡해요.
근데 뭐가 문제야? 뭐 지금까지는 우리가 준비해서 쳐들어갔냐? 다 뒤져가면서 해결한 일이잖아.
죽고 죽어가면서 일을 처리한 게 어디 자랑할 거리는 아닌 거 아시죠? 저희가 그냥 해결사였다면 첫 임무부터 진작의 전원 사망으로 순식간에 협회에서 이름이 지워졌겠죠.
야, 누가 몰라? 나도 뒷골목 조직 생활하면서 몇 번이나 죽을 뻔했는데 목숨이 하나뿐인 걸 모르겠냐고. 그거랑 다르지. 지금은 시계 대가리 덕분에 여러 번 살아나고 있잖아.
Come on, bro. You can call me Dante.
지금까지 운이 좋았으니까
You can say it like
멀쩡하게 살아날
Verg.
수
You can say
있었다고
Dante.
생각하지는 않나 보죠?
아니, 야, 왜 자꾸 못한다고 하는 건데?
Besides Kanto 8,
한성치한테
Arknights is
머리가
lost
깨져서
media.
뒤졌으면
Oh, after
이번에
Kanto
다리를
5
내두고
onwards, we get two of
피하고
them.
그렇게
Gotcha.
계속 쳐부술 수 있는 거잖아. 어?
Although Season 6's second Intervallo was the Arknights collab, and therefore exiled to the dubiously canon zone until it definitely gets rerun at some point. What Kanto is this? This is Intervallo 2, Megatron official YT.
지금껏 겪었던 게 전부라고 생각하세요? 그럴 리가 없잖아요.
How bad could this whale be, Ishmael? How bad could it be? Is it the Silk Current? I'm sorry. I think Pork typed out the actual name of it, but I forgot it already.
최악의 경우엔 복구가 불가능할 수도 있는 거예요. 시계를 아무리 쳐 돌려도 다시 원래대로 돌아가지도 못할 수 있다고요. 특히 그 거대한 고래는 됐어요.
Pork.
설명해도 못 알아들을 것처럼 말하지 마라. 어? 말도 못 알아듣는 버러지 취급하는 것 같아서 열받으니까.
자, 말씀 좀 여쭙겠어.
Yisong, speaking up. Right, you had your character growth. Like, what, a week ago? I don't know how long it's been since Kanto 4, actually. Let me actually read that. Let me actually read that. It was perhaps because he's never been the type to do such a thing, but the crowd immediately fell silent when Yisong suddenly, loudly, and uncharacteristically intruded upon their argument.
그대들 버스에서 제법 하고픈 것이 많다 하지 않았는가?
Dream-devouring silt current is the source of the headline ego for Season 3, Blind Obsession Ishmael, so we will likely be seeing it at some point in Kanto 5. Alright, scary.
과업이 남은 것은 사실이나 소기의 목표를
I hope we don't see like the bottom of the sea.
그렇다면
Oh, dude, I don't want to imagine the freaky things out in the water. Ugh. Look, okay. I will scream to the high heavens about this, and I've done it before, and I'll do it again. The deep sea is aliens. All right, you don't need see-through fish bodies. You don't need bioluminescence. All right, that's alien. That comes from not the deep sea, but deep space. What they're doing in our ocean, I don't know. Now, if real-life deep-sea creatures are freaky, gross, and scary, I don't want to imagine what PM deep-sea creatures are like. Anyway, maybe we'll find out next time.
단테.
Yisong! This is the first time Yisong appeared so dependable since we started our bus journey. I nodded empathetically. Yeah, I agree with Yisong. I think we can slow down for a bit and do some team-building activities together. How's that sound?
네, 조금 쉬고 계셔도 될 것 같네요. 저희 쪽에서 준비가 되면 말씀드릴게요.
저기! 그렇다면
Nice.
비치 볼리볼! 다들 하지 않겠는가?
I'm actively face-palming right now. It's good, but it hurts every single time. One more time.
비치 볼리볼! 다들 하지 않겠는가?
Beach volleyball 2, yes. Jellyfish are straight up aliens. I'm right there with you. Our ocean, look. The deep sea is aliens. With Don Quixote's well-timed assist, the almost icy mood seemed to defrost slightly. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is going to help Ishmael too much. She's probably from here. Probably has a reason to be so fixated on this whale. I've never read Moby Dick or whatever the hell they're based on. I don't know. They're all based on literature, right? I do have a vague interest in Wuthering Heights. I don't think I have the brain to really read. Like, look, the closest thing you'll get to me reading, like, literature is, like, a light novel or a web novel. You know, some trashy, like, isekai, that time I got reincarnated as my game character in another world again. That's my shit. That's like, or like ReZero. I bought a couple of the ReZero light novels. That's the closest thing to the high literature I'll ever read. But I at least have, I don't know, Wuthering Heights sounds cool. Just don't watch the recent movie adaptation. Complete trash. I mean, I'm not really much of a movie guy myself, so no worries there. Now you're thinking like a true Project Moon fan. I can't read.
분명 밀려들어온 태풍과 쓰레기들 사이에서 공 같은 것이 있었음을.
What hath appeared to be a ball of sorts amongst the stranded trash.
공도 있고 사람도 해변도 있으니 이럴 때 놀지 않는다는 것은 불합리하다고 해도 과언이 아니지 않겠는가?
Oh no, dude. Glass half full.
이걸
해변이라고 부를 수
You're at least
있는지는
familiar with Don Quixote,
모르겠지만요.
the book, right? I mean, I'm familiar with the character. Maybe not any book in particular. I mean, we probably read it in Spanish classes, but fuck if I remember, dog.
곁에 여기 놀러 온 거 아니라니까.
Look, it's team building, right?
본인도 아우. 주원은 고마우나 우리 모두의 단합을 위해 잠시 휴식하는 것이 도움이 되지 않겠는가 하는 마음인 것이요.
그래. 앞으로는 표정이라도 숨기면서 말하는 게 어때?
Gonna screenshot that. You can't stop me.
아니, 나도 동의하오.
Oh my god, 이상.
이상 씨?
돌이켜보면 벗들과 이렇다 할 체육 활동을 한 적도 없어. 구기 종목에 특출한 재능이 있는 것은 아니지만 이참에 경험하는 것도 귀중할 테지.
No, just do it at the actual beach.
그러니 해봄이 어떤가? 발리볼.
I gotta hear that again.
그러니 해봄이 어떤가? 발리볼.
Volleyball.
아 참.
준비가 안 됐는데. 싱그럽게 공이나 튀기고 있을 때가 아닌데. 애초에 우리는 요새 너무 풀어져서.
It'll be fine. How bad could a whale be?
좋았던 거겠지.
Let's play beach volleyball.
현명한 선택이요. 내가 공을 찾아오겠네.
아, 그 참.
관리자께서 결정하신 유희다. 모두 표정 풀고 기쁘게 받들도록.
Yes. I kind of want to like. Again, I don't know how to word this without sounding like a weirdo, but like I see what you're doing, and I kind of want to like I don't know ruffle her hair and look, Otis, it's fine. You don't gotta brown nose at every given opportunity.
아, 뛰다가 허리나 삐끗하지 않으면 좋겠구만.
Ishmael, it'll be fine. Stop being so Zexel coded. I mean, look. Is she afraid of the sea or this whale? How scary could it be?
경기 규칙과 규격은 알고 있다. 직접 경기장을 그리도록 하지.
Attaboy.
자, 그럼 가겠어.
The field was drawn over a squelchy mud flat. The worn ball rocketed in the air with Don Quixote's serve.
이렇게 하는 것이요.
This is a really nice screen. Yi-sang's nice receive. It was starting to look like we had a proper game going.
그렇지. 잘하네.
으차.
어이구야.
쓸데없는 짓이야.
오티스 씨, 방금 공 못 피했으면 저 죽을 뻔했을 것
Sinclair, I
같은데.
thought you were getting a little more, not motivated, what's the word? A little bit more of a backbone? I guess he wasn't the one to do Cromer in. It was a Twink Mage, Demian.
훈련의 일종이다.
So I guess he still has room for a little bit of character growth? I was gonna say progression, but growth is a better word for it.
자, 내가 받았어.
이럴 시간에 고래의 특징이라도 공부해둔다면 대호수를 건너갈 나침반도 없는 것 같고.
We have the Mephistopheles. It should be fine. If the Mephistopheles gets swallowed by a they don't get eaten by a whale in the book, right? You don't need to answer that if it's a spoiler. I'm thinking of Monstro from Kingdom Hearts, aka Disney, or oh fuck, that's probably based on some. Oh fuck. Anyway, even if it does get eaten by a whale, the Mephistopheles can just eat its way out, right? That's a lot of organic matter that we could use to fuel it, right? Monstro. Isaac? Not that Monstro. Thank you. That is the name of the whale, though, Monstro.
젠장. 그 자식은 분명히.
아이씨 진짜.
Heathcliff, unable to stand Ishmael's attitude any longer, kicked the volleyball with enough force that it just might burst. And the ball flew way over the mark and toward the boundary separating us from the pristine beach we saw a few days ago. Oh. Damn. Well, one, that's really annoying, and two, damn.
네. 가시되지 않은 플라즈마
Okay, well that explains why the crabs don't just walk over. Alright. A recurring trend with classic literature adapted by Limbus Company. Okay, yeah, that's from that comment earlier. I'm certain Canto XI 11 will absolutely mog Nolan's The Odyssey in name only. Yes, I don't know a whole lot about that, but you either really loved it or you hated it, and I'm probably in the camp that would hate it. Vig posting Twink Gojo has yet to persuade Sinklayer to lock the fuck in. Yeah, maybe that'll be in another Canto. Listen to Blood and Thunder by Mastodon. I will if it's on SoundCloud. Okay, I'm caught up. A field of plasma? Who put a field of plasma on a beach?
뒷골목을 구분하기 위한 일종의 장치죠. 형식은 제각각이더라도 모든 둥지의 경계에는 비슷한 것들이 존재합니다.
Is it infallible? Would that giant crab from earlier not be able to break through? What if we dig under it? What if we went through the water?
뻔하지. 뒷골목 사람들이 둥지로 못 끼어들어오게 하려는 울타리는 어디에나 흔하게 있으니까. 그런데 말이야. 저 기술로는 흔적도 안 남게 할 수도 있었을 텐데. 저런다는 건 보란듯이 터뜨려버려서 그것마저도 오락으로 만들려는 생각인 거지.
Yeah.
부자들은 즐길 놀이가 많겠어.
Imagine making the Odyssey without the I am nobody scene. You don't have to imagine it, that is what Nolan did. It's also very muddy and brown and tries to have a war is hell message that absolutely does not work for the Odyssey. Why he didn't adapt the Iliad instead is a mystery. I'm not a literature buff, so I couldn't tell you one way or the other. It's one of those things, right? Beach volleyball. Not anymore. Certainly gone burr.
기술의 구체적인 의도나 과시성에 대해서는 제 쪽에선 말할 수 있는 게 없군요.
공 1시간이나 걸려서 찾았는데.
Ah, Don.
다들 정신 차려. 저 공 터지는 소리 때문에 개딱지 놈들이 몰려오고 있다고.
A very convenient video game.
너 이따가 보자.
뭐 이제는 익숙해질 때도 되지 않았나 관리자 양반? 저것 때부터 빠르게 처리하자고.
Alright, Gregor. No more volley and burr, just beach. Unfortunately. Beach volley bzz. Damn. Damn, that's rough, buddy. I'm gonna P plus enter. I'm willing to bet that Canto 11 will be a more accurate adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey than Nolan's adaptation. From what I've heard, I'm willing to agree, but again, my knowledge is limited. I've not really been keeping up with what term would you even use for that kind of thing? Culture war? In a while, so it's all kind of lost on me. Beach volley. I'm assuming that was an unopposed attack. I wasn't actually paying attention, if I'm being honest. Did we get nothing out of Canto 4? We didn't get paid, or did we get paid? We met the green-haired lady, and then our minds got wiped. But were we compensated? It didn't work on Homeboy, aka Dante. But they didn't know that, and what they don't know don't hurt them. We got the golden bow, but we needed to have the memory wipe procedure. Right, and they don't know that Dante knows. Okay, yeah, this is perfectly fine.
나아가주게.
Lately, I've been trying to think of my plays more and learn my IDs, even though I don't bother reading the big-ass paragraphs that are their passives and their skills, but I think I'm getting the hang of things more.
지키기 위해서 너도 누군가에게 남겨졌겠지만.
But I don't think it matters here. Do we get paid by, like, a golden bow? Like, on a bow basis? That doesn't make sense. Do we get paid? We're supposed to get, like, all-you-can-eat chicken for life. But that was before we figured out that the restaurant we were helping was actually the bad guy.
보니까 그 환상체 이제 가호를 내려준 아이가 없어졌지? 다시 관리를 맡겨주실까?
I don't think I've paid attention to this yet. Ah. I think I remember she was feeling jealous about the fact she wasn't given the blessing from Night of Despair. Sure. I got boxes, right?
와일드 헌트야.
So far, it's been surprisingly easy. Not that Kanto 4 was particularly difficult, but some of the enemies were kind of rough. No skill 3 coming up? I guess it doesn't matter.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
편히 쉬시게.
God damn! He killed that in one skill?
직접 밝혀주마.
That's probably still fine. The crabs are weak to Sloth, Gloom, and Pierce. Well, I know for sure we have Pierce. Can you tell me those in colors, Alonso? I've heard Sloth and Gloom a lot, but is that like blue and cyan? Dark blue and cyan? Yellow and cyan, okay. Well, we have decent access to those. I feel like this should be a focused fight, but they're not abnormalities, so I guess it doesn't happen. Any idea how many nodes long this Intervallo is? I'm thinking about going until we run out of Encephaline again. Again, I gotta wake up real early tomorrow, like 5. And I know that's normal for normal people, but I'm a bum. Alright. Waking up as early as I have been lately is asking for a lot. Night 12, and you should be coming up on the end. Okay. We can keep pushing then. Hey, Ishmael. Can we talk, at least for a bit?
네, 그러시던가요.
It looks to me that you've been preoccupied with something ever since we got here. You know, you're not really participating in group activities and things like that.
당연하죠. 중요한 건 따로 있는데 여기서 정신 놓고 희희낙낙하고 있으니까요.
Look, they needed the break, okay? Something more important. Is it this about the Great Lake? That we, in our current state, shouldn't go there? Right, so why do you think we don't have a chance against whatever's in there?
말씀드렸잖아요. 아직 준비가 안 됐으니까.
That's too vague. No one likes vague posting.
반면은 호수와 그것들에게 익숙해질 필요가 있다고요.
That's a scary thought.
아니면 그에 상응하는 경험을 더 쌓는다던가요. 관리자님도 마찬가지예요. 적어도 자신의 몸을 지킬 정도는.
Dante as a unit? Nah, not happening.
아, 관리자님의 단련이라면 제가 도울 수 있어요. 그리고 오티스
You
씨도
should know how to fight.
분명
if I'm being
관리자님을
honest,
돕는
Dante.
것에는 협조하겠죠.
그럴 만한 상황이 온다면
Wait. Half a year, Ishmael? We don't have that much time to spare.
허비? 허비라고 생각하시나요? 지금 저희가 하고 있는 짓들이 더 허비 같은데요?
It was like an hour break.
그리고 뭐 놀고 있자고 말씀드린 게 아니잖아요. 그저 행선지를 잠시 다른 곳으로 돌렸다가 돌아오면
Wow,
되는 건데요.
this is very uncharacteristic for Ishmael.
그건 불가능합니다. 모든 구역의 황금 가지를 파악한 것도 아닐 뿐더러 비포 팀의 사전 답사가 준비된 것도 아니니까요.
Rest in peace, Effie and Sod. Oh yeah, remember how Dante's clock hand moved at the end of last canto? It's reflected on the sprite. Ah, what a nice little detail. I wouldn't have noticed. Thank you.
핑계는 다른 잘난 이유가 있다는 것쯤은 오래전부터 알고 있었어요.
I mean, the Limbus Company is probably glad that Demian floated up and vague posted Cromer's very being, but other than that, nobody likes vague posting, yes. And to be honest, I don't really like Demian. It's really weird. It's a really weird way to end a canto. He just shows up, one-shots the boss, and gets out.
그리고 뭐가 됐든 이번엔 그 생각이 틀렸다는 걸 뼈저리게 느끼시게 될 테죠.
그럴지도요.
개판이네 정말. 그러면 적어도 상세한 항해 계획과 전투 방향을
듣자 하니까.
Just when I thought our discussion was reaching a stalemate, Heathcliff put it in.
당신은 또 뭔데요?
닥쳐. 지금 너 혼자 개고생해? 여태껏 다쳐 뒤져가면서 굴러왔잖아. 여기 있는 놈들 전부.
Hell, the first cutscene is them dying.
이번에도 결국 어떻게든 될 거라고.
What if they get eaten whole by a whale and then the whale swims away? I don't know if I can save them. There's surely limitations to Dante's power, and maybe we'll go over them at some point, but...
그러니까 대호수 위에서는 그런 방법은 통하지 않는다고요. 관리자님이 수장당해도 끝이고 그것에게 우리가 먹혀서 더는 시간을 되돌리지 못할 수도 있다고요.
Ishmael, I don't have a nose. I'm not sure I can drown.
알아듣겠어요? 지금까지의 상식으로 움직이다간 진짜 우리는 끝장날 수도 있다고요.
I mean, I was able to recover us after we melted into the pile of bodies. Not mountain of smiling bodies, mountain of tortured you know what I'm talking about, the Cromer fight. Whatever the fuck was going on there.
그러면 그 새끼도 못 죽일 테고.
좋아. 네 말이 맞다고 쳐. 이대로 가면 우린 다 돼지고 나도 아니 돌아갈 수 없게 될 거라고 치자고. 그래서
Wuthering Heights?
잠깐이라도 놀면 뭐가 좀 덧나냐? 그 망할 고래 새끼들이 더 세져?
I'm sorry, that's a pretty good mental image.
분위기를 계속 조져놨으면 같이 어울리는 척이라도 해야 될 거 아니야? 상식적으로.
제법 웃기네요. 히스클리프 씨?
Hey, look, he's been good lately.
당신이 뭘 안다고 상식 우는해요. 고래를 만나본 적은 있어요? 데오스에 가본 적이나 있고? 배 위의 생활에 대해서는 알기나 해요. 알 리가 없죠. 팔자 좋게 자기 연인인지 뭔지 모를 이름이나 중얼대고 버스에 기대 졸다가 틈나면 성질이나 바락바락 내는 댁은.
God damn, this isn't an intervallo? This is required viewing, right? You can't just skip this and go on to the next canto? Because then, you'd be missing out on whatever's happening here. Drowning may not be an issue, but there's probably freaky-ass fish that would try to throw hands or some shit. Okay, well, I don't like the thought of that, Yomu. I'm starting to get kind of scared. Maybe we'll be fine, right?
그만해라.
물 아래에서 기어오는 것과 하늘 위에서 떨어지는 것, 그 모든 것들을 죽여야 하고.
Everything from the depths of the waters to the heights of the skies.
산성 태풍, 참치 쓰나미, 뇌압 폭풍 같은 이름도 다 떠올리기 힘든 수많은 종류의 호수 재해들과
Terrors of the lake. I can't even recall the names of. What's the emoji that Urge really likes? Holding back tears.
그 폭풍 때문에 발생하는 산만한 크기의 파도. 크게 지나가면 또다시 나타나는 개 같은 괴물들. 등을 맡긴 동료는 잠시 한눈판 사이에 죽어 있고 하나같이 미쳐 돌아가는 사람들로 바뀌어가는 그 지옥 같은 호수에 대한 모든 일들은 당신 같은 얼빠진 사랑놀이 중인 반푼이는 100번 더 죽어도 모를 일일 테니까.
What was the Pequod Yi-Song story about? We're on a boat and he's trying to train people to do better, but I don't remember how that ends.
그만하라고 했지! 너 따위가 뭘 한다고 함부로 짓거려!
Okay, well, this hasn't happened in a while.
이보게들.
He was pretty chill as of late. I'm glad we don't get CGs about this, like that one week where I was stuck with Don Quixote getting stomped as my loading screen. Rather not see that. There it is. Thank you, Urge. Angie fish. Just like the most default-ass fish with a bodybuilder's arms photoshopped on. Named some shit like Lil Jon. Ah, well, I spoke too soon. She raises it high, as though she could strike it down at any moment. Her arm trembles with uncontrollable fury.
그래, 머리통을 내려치려고 내가 전에 했던 것처럼 죽여. 상관없어. 어차피 살아날 테니까. 나하고 다를 거라 생각한 내가 바보지. 역시 다들 똑같네.
I wasn't sure what caused her sudden change of heart, but it was a relief of sorts, at least. She looked at Heathcliff with her eyes wide open and dropped the mace on the ground. Is it looking at him or looking at her own reflection? And violently it changes.
이런 불상사를 다시 보고 싶진 않았소만. 결국 벗들과의 다툼은 피할 수가 없는 일인가?
쟤네 보니까 우리 옛날 생각나지 않아? 저렇게 치고받고
I can't see that for some reason.
누님, 쉿.
We just fixed Yi-Song. Don't break him again, please. Don't. He just had his character growth, man.
단테, 첫 임무로부터 큰 분란이 발생한 적은 없었기에 이하 수감자들의 업무 불안은 관리 실패로 간주되어
What the hell was I supposed to do about this?
이것이 어떻게 관리자님의 책임이지? 저 머저리들이 멋대로 싸웠을 뿐이지 않나?
그러한 일을 벌어지지 않게 하는 것이 관리라는 직무죠.
그만해요, 여러분.
맞소. 이런 상황은 영웅적인 우리 림버스 컴퍼니와는
We are
어울리지
not
않소.
heroes. We are not heroes. But you know what? That's how you see us, Don. Never change. Guys, enough. I had no other recourse left at this moment. Ishmael, Heathcliff,
뭐?
the two of you, stop working together for a while. Distance yourselves, at least until I can think of a way to deal with you two.
나하고 저 면상을 굳이 찾아보고 싶진 않아.
자, 이제 견적도 나왔으니까 슬슬 폐품을 모으러 가셔도 될 것 같네요.
Hang on, I missed that actually. Yikes. How do we tell her that there are no more heroes in the city? No more heroes? NMH reference? I'll stream that game someday. I need a Switch controller that works.
죽어 떠난 자에 대한 축하를.
Wait until we're finally cowboys. I'm pretty sure that's a No More Heroes reference. Nice. How do I speak in parentheses? I've just noticed this is a lot of... Oh, wait, okay, alright, I see it now. 4.5 is the thing, is the intervallo, and then the dash is what we're doing. I thought we were slicing this shit up like a manga chapter. I don't know if you guys read any mangas, but sometimes they will... You gotta wait like a month for a chapter, and it's like a 0.1, a 0.2, a 0.3. That always irks me, because nothing ever gets done. They needed another module.
애고 침식도 양호. 아마도.
First game's true final boss theme, easily the best song in No More Heroes. That's when, I guess that's a spoiler, so I won't say. I'm not sure I ever got that far on my own. Because I played No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise, the PS3 port of No More Heroes 1. And maybe that's the version that I would stream, because I'm not sure if the gyro works on my PS4 controller on the PS3. That's something I should test. But I also own them on Switch. The problem is I don't have a functioning Switch controller. Actually, now I can't remember if the PS3 had gyro controls. Or did you need a PlayStation Move for No More Heroes? If anyone remembers PlayStation's motion controller. We briefly saw that on a stream not that long ago. Get in the coffin. Intervallos follow the numbering of the canto, so intervallos after canto 5 would be an example. For example, B dash number. You got the speed for the explosion at the end? Never mind, you don't need it. You know what? This was actually a pretty chill stream. It's unfortunate what happened with Heathcliff and Ishmael. I almost said Roja for some reason. Yikes. It's a nice change of pace, just being able to hit P and enter and not feel bad. I don't think that would have worked in Canto 4, so glad I didn't then. Get him! Nice. That cannon is pointed directly at you, bro. I wouldn't trust that shit. Okay. Was this just a fight note, or are we gonna get some story? It was just a fight note. Alright, fair enough.
끝장났어. 이제 더는 폭풍 소리에 죄를 떨 필요도, 개소리는 꿈을 꾸고 슬픔에 빠질 필요도 없지. 전무. 끝내버린.
We'll find out more about that someday. Troubled waters. The days were as suffocating for them as it was for me. Well, say for Otis, maybe.
어이, 그렇게 연결하면 흡기 쪽에 문제가 생기잖아.
그러면 어떻게 해요? 라인이 3개나 나뉘는데.
답답하군. 직접
Ishmael, she talked about needing to know this kind of thing in the war, but I'm surprised she would know it well enough to school a workshop owner, fixer.
이런 건 내가 공병대들과 작전을 지휘했을 때에 비하면.
My time with the merchant marines.
파우스트 양, 혹여 수감자들의 신상 명세서에 기호품이나 취향에 대한 기록은 없소.
whatever's going on back here is pretty nice.
그런 것까지 작성해두지는 않습니다. 이상 씨, 벌써 몇 번이나 말씀드렸지만 지금의 조치는 관리자님의 판단을 우선하는 것이 올바른 수감자.
Otis's intro at the beginning of the game did explicitly and backhandedly mention that she could probably be trusted to do minor repairs of the bus. Ah, that's pretty good.
에헤이! 싸운 거 풀 때는 술만한 게 없다니까. 어디 내 비장의 술이라도 내줘?
Thank you, Olga.
설마 지난번부터 계속 말한 킹크랩계 뇌수 담금주요?
Oh, King Trash Crab Brain? Wine?
그건 나도 좀 땡기는데.
아니요. 내가 직접 물어보겠네.
안 될 것 같은데.
Isang was trying to come up with various ways to bring Heathcliff and Ishmael's feud to a close.
분.
Hang on. This is Intervallo 1 reference? I think. This was an ID. I don't think that was an ID. It was Sinclair? No, it was Gregor.
아니, 여기서는 다 분이 맞다.
Oh no, we're all talking sangria now.
어허. 그래. 숨이 아직 붙어 있을 때 그렇게 해보는 것도 새로운 예술을 추구하는
Somewhere
방법이지.
the chicken man, the restaurant owner that we fought in Intervallo 1 is rolling in his grave, except he's not dead. You get what I mean. He just got a cold chill.
고통을 더 가하기 위한 제안은 아니었으며 그저 조리하기에 알맞은
She's very
방향을 말한
competent if you can
것뿐이다.
ignore the whole hilariously two-faced ass kisser thing. Yeah. I want to like her, but it gets a little grating sometimes, man.
저희 언제 저녁 먹을 수 있어요?
레인, 나 죽어. 배에서 크랩개들 울음소리가 나.
누님, 정신 차리셔야 합니다.
It seemed that Ryoshu and Marceau were trying to come up with a new way to, with a way to make the trash crabs more palatable. Not that I had any taste buds or a mouth, but it was starting to resemble actual food, at least in its presentation. That just looks like a pile, bro.
꼬맹이들, 그리로 튄다.
꼬맹이?
Sorry, I skipped that accident.
아니요. 자, 싱클레어군 마무리를 부탁함세.
그레고르 씨, 저는 왼쪽 다리 할게요.
알았다고.
Most other sinners are busying themselves with hunting trash crabs and collecting scrap. They say that practice makes perfect, and everyone was already performing rather well-coordinated attacks without my input. As for Heathcliff,
와, 그레고로 씨, 불쇼라도 보여주시는 건가요?
좀 더 화려하게 휘감더라.
does every Intervallo have them cooking at some point? I believe Pork, or maybe it was Alonso, said that they're not always going to be silly, but at least these first two are, or at least they seem to be.
아니, 저건 그냥 타는 거잖아요.
빼내었다. 이미 음식의 기능은 상실한 것 같지만
I've burnt my food before, and I still try to tank it as best I can.
나 주시오. 아직 다리를 3개밖에 먹지 못하였어.
One more time, please.
나 주시오.
Oh, I didn't think that would stop, but that's fine. That was cute.
히스클리프군.
Heathcliff?
뭐야 그게 저기 길잡이 그 인간이랑 면담하고 왔어. 이제 괜찮아.
면담 맞지?
Attaboy.
아무튼 말썽은 안 일으키도록 하겠어.
Look, dude, I hated him when he got introduced, but I didn't hate Gregor. I'm just prefixing this now, but I hated Heathcliff at the start, obviously. How can you not? But he really grew on me. And, well, Gregor, I've said this every single time, but Canto 1 really sold Gregor on me. I think Gregor is a bro. Stomach of steel on that girl, yeah. I wish I could relate. I mentioned this on stream briefly last night, but I was out of town, or I was out of town yesterday. And I decided to pick up food I hadn't tried in a really long time. Lumpia, it's Filipino food. I bought 2 orders with the full intent of eating one now and then saving the other for later. It was... I'm not proud to admit it. I ate both. It was so good I ate both. Dude, I haven't felt that sick in a long time. Not that the food was bad. It was just way too much food for one sitting. I wish I had a stomach of steel. Anyway, the universal Heathcliff experience.
그러니까 나도 하나만.
Excuse me, what is nosh? That sounds like a ryoshu. If this was all capitals, that would be a ryoshu-ism. That would be a sangria. Also, let's see. I don't know if Virgilius really had just a talk with Heathcliff, but I'm glad, unlike most other times, he was here to at least get... He was here to at least get Heathcliff to calm down. But Ishmael...
잠깐 괜찮겠습니까?
Yeah, what's up, Virg?
뭐 오가는 대화가 아니라 일방적인 얘기겠지만
British term for food. Alright. Worse, it's British. Oh, shit.
이미 대충 전달받았겠습니다만 두 문제아들에 대한 면담을 진행했었습니다.
Right.
보았던 것처럼 히스클리프에게는 교육을 진행해 효과를 보았지만
You're actually doing something, Virg.
이스마엘은 해결되진 않았습니다. 정확히는 해결할 이유가 없다고 할까?
You know, in Darkest Dungeon, I don't have too much experience playing it. I got to like the second boss, and so this was my experience with it very briefly. I'm going somewhere with this. I got a team leveled up. I fought 2 bosses with that team, and then my team didn't want to do the cheap, like low-level missions anymore. The entire team was like, "This is beneath me," because they hit level 3, so they wouldn't want to do level 1 stuff anymore. Something like that, anyway. And I just never went back. Because all my other teams were not built, and it was rough. In fact, I'm kind of curious. What's my Darkest Dungeon playtime? I haven't played it in 6 years, Christ. 32 hours, apparently. Oh my god. Damn, I feel like playing that now. Anyway. I was going somewhere with that. I completely forgot. Oh, Ishmael is like when a character gets their sanity tested and they either become virtuous or they become, like, just doomer-pilled. And sometimes they'll just keep saying shit that brings the party morale down, and then other people start to go crazy. That's what Ishmael's doing right now. We should probably fix that, bro. I don't think Virg's ever played Darkest Dungeon. It's real obvious. 2 Darkest Dungeon mentions this stream. Can we get a 3rd this stream? Maybe.
무슨 뜻인지 묻고 있겠군. 설마 설명까지 덧붙이는 친절을 바라는 건 아니겠죠. 조만간 직접 깨닫는 날이 올 겁니다.
What did we just say about vague posting, Virgilius?
애초에 이런 애들 뒷바라지나 해주는 듯한 일은 제 소관이 아니니까 말입니다. 관리자 단테.
I know you're putting in extra work, and I appreciate it.
앞으로는 제가 나서는 일은
The red vague
없었으면
post.
합니다.
That should be his fixer name, damn it.
제가 먼저 둘 사이에 면담을 한 것은 최근 업무 성과가 나쁘지 않았던 것에 대한 작은
I'll take decent.
성이라고나
I'll take decent.
생각해 두시죠. 그럼
Thank you.
저는 그 어금니 사무소 해결사들과 얘기할 것이
Not quite the
남았어.
vague post king, but certainly up there. I mean, he has vague posted. They don't want to tell me specifics about, like, anything, really. Guess we'll find that out as time goes on. Like that, Ishmael was left alone, with little progress to speak of. According to the people from the boatworks, she apparently snuck out alone late at night to make various preparations. Even when I visited her, when I found her hanging about and called her over to her, she didn't respond to me at all. She wasn't ignoring me, rather. She seemed too deeply fixated on what she was doing. What should I do about her? What was I supposed to do then? while a clear answer still eluded me. Mephistopheles and Misamir was entering its final stages. Misamir. Put to sea. Thank you. It's my right-hand man right there. The you don't want to know gaze. You know, I wasn't really thinking too hard about what the next canto is going to be, but I really hope it's not scary. Like deep sea scary. The last scrap. It's going to be the king crab. And we're going to make wine out of its brain. All the sinners, save for Ishmael, gathered to behold the finished product.
이것이 새롭게 변한 버스의 모습이요?
이것은 버스배요, 배버스요.
These two being silly makes me very happy. I think I'll go with busboat.
바퀴는 어디 갔죠? 이러면 유사 이후에는
쓸데없는 걱정이군. 당연히 배와 버스의 형태를 오갈 수 있게 개조했지.
And bus form.
그런 신기한 요술 버스 같은 일이 진짜 일어난다고?
Would you say it's a magic school bus? Actually, I don't think any magic school bus isn't a thing anymore, right? The Zoomers wouldn't know that.
메피스토펠레스는 원래부터 여러 가능성에서부터 나오는 각종 기능을 지닌 버스였어요.
I grew up watching a little bit of that.
파우스트가 말하지
And I only remember the episode where they shrink and they enter one, like they go inside like the bloodstream of one of the characters. That's the only episode I remember of that show. Faust knows all.
자, 그쯤들 하시고 시동을 걸어보죠.
As Mika fiddled with its controls, the bus boat shuddered awake. Huh? And sputtered off with odd screeching noise we heard earlier.
뭔가 부족한 것 같은데요. 형상 변환 쪽 장치가 문제인가?
귀청 떨어지는 줄 알았네. 대체 뭐가 부족하면 저런 소리가 나는 거야?
We have like a pocket dimension full of entities on the bus boat, bro. I don't know, maybe they're all crying in unison or some shit.
아무래도 저번에 적당히 때운 그게.
뭐? 적당이라고 했나?
어쩔 수 없었다고요. 부품이 모자랐단 말이에요. 원래는 대체가 안 되는 부품이 있는데 그게.
Please say this is gonna be a normal canto. With the LCB? No way. Damn.
이거 분명 엔진 소리는 아니라고 했었지?
이전에 마주했던 거대 돌연변이 개체입니다.
전과 같은 소리에 이끌렸나 보.
마침 잘 됐네. 저 커다란 놈 분명 등딱지에 그 부품을 달고 있었어.
그렇긴 한데요.
누님, 아니죠?
맞는데 그 부품이 비싸고 만들기 힘들어서 많이
It's a lot of like
필요로 한다는
amorphous
그거. 맞잖아.
parts and junk and scrap. It's like I don't know. It feels a little lazy, but I guess it's fine. This is just an intervallo, right? So here's this giant enemy crab.
근처에 있던 다른 보트센터 직원분들도 많이들 돌아가셨다는 건 기억하고 계시죠?
그거야 부품 때문이 아니라 갑자기 덮쳐 들어온 거니까 그런 거고. 지금은 여기 우리를 도와주실 분들이 이렇게나 많이 있으니까.
우라.
맞다. 우리 완전 거질 때부터 보트센터 세우는 걸 도와주던 분들도 저놈이 다 죽였지? 이번 기회에 속 시원하게 박살내버리자.
Use real-time weapons to change its attack. Real-time weapon change to attack its weak point for massive damage. This is an old like E3 reference or some shit, right? That's where giant enemy crab comes from. I'm not super familiar. I'm more so familiar with Germa randomly beatboxing like the Pokemon battle theme after saying giant enemy crab.
킹크랩계 뇌수 담금주도 더 만들고.
누님?
우리도 나눠줄 거지?
How have these two not gotten real chummy with each other?
우리요?
이번 킹크랩계는 몇 년씩이나 해를 묵었다고 하니까요. 같은 놈이겠네요.
How could you forget the historically accurate battles known for having giant enemy crabs? Yeah. The giant... wait, was it spider or was it crab?
아무튼 그놈만 잡아 죽이면 해결된다는 거.
바로 그렇지.
바로 그렇다는데 시계 대가리.
All right. Let's go boil some crab or whatever. I don't know. Make wine out of its brain.
아니요. 차라리 잘 됐지 않나요?
Ishmael?
참, 미스 어디 있다가 온 거야?
It was spider. Okay.
당연히 대호수에서 버틸 수 있는 준비들을 하고 있었죠. 고래에 대한 가이드라도 빼곡하게 만들어둬야 최소한의 공부라도 하지 않겠나요?
Whales? Not emphasis on the S there?
나 그런 거 안 읽는 거 알면서 또 그런다.
그럼 읽을 수밖에 없도록 귀에 못이 박히게 해드리죠. 관리자님, 보셨죠? 저희에게는 아직도 시간이 필요해요. 준비해야 할 것도 훨씬 많고요.
Can we duct tape her mouth shut for the rest of this intervallo? Bro missed the S earlier? Hui? Excuse me? Have she been saying whales this whole time?
저 킹크립계는 쫓아낼 수 있는 거잖아요. 그럼 그렇게 해두고 버스 개조는 좀 더 뒤로 미루죠.
Ishmael, I'm not sure. My lack of memory doesn't help, of course, but I don't get what you're so scared of, or what we're supposed to be preparing for. As much as I want to respect your opinions and reflect them, I don't think this is the best for all of us, so...
모두는 무슨 모두예요?
Hmm?
솔직해지죠, 저희. 지금 여기에 정말로 모두를 위해서 희생하는 사람들이 있나요?
Isang? Gregor? I mean, everyone we've done cantos for by now?
다들 자신만의 목표를 이루기 위해 림버스 컴퍼니와 계약했죠. 저도 이전번에 이상 씨도 그리고 나머지의 모든 수감자들도요. 결국 자신이 이루고 싶은 걸 이루기 위한 거 아닌가요? 그리고 당신도 기억을 되찾기 위해서 생전 알지도 못했던 황금 가지라는 걸 억지로 찾아다니고 있는 거잖아요. 누구보다 개인적인 동기로 움직이면서 왜 모두를 위하는 척이신 거죠?
I can just not revive you.
너 이 자식 감히 관리자님께!
그만.
Vergilius, who seemed to have been discreetly listening in on our conversation, joined as though he'd been part of it from the start.
이스마일, 면담 때 분명하게 이야기했지.
Hasn't she ever heard of you scratch my back, I scratch yours? Exactly. It's the size 2 fish. I don't know what that means. A V1 Ultra Kill Supreme Machine. Ishmael, we'll be fine. I played the Assassin's Creed Black Flag fishing minigame. Yeah, we'll be fine. Although, I don't know, dude, she spoke of some crazy shit, like acid typhoons, monsters that wash up on the boat, and then people become monsters, and I don't fucking know. Yeah, that would explain where the 2-size fish went. This is basically another hell. Is this the Wrath layer? This, I think this is going a little over my head. This Ultra Kill stuff, I don't know, Ultra Kill, sorry. Would like to play it someday, though.
계약을 지키는 것이 우선이라고.
계약? 그래요. 여기는 회사니까. 그래요. 그 잘난 계약은 지키죠. 관리자님. 당신 그러니까 앞으로 제게 바라는 게 있다면 확실하게 말해주세요. 앞으로 제가 주제넘게 나서서 무언가를 돕거나 설명하는 일은 없을 테니까. 뭐예요? 저 집채만하게 큰 놈 죽이러 가자는 명령 아니었나요? 명령해 주시는 대로 계약에 따라
Ishmael's getting on my nerves, man.
관리자 단테님.
It's Virgil from DMC. He fucking wishes. I've never actually seen him fight yet, actually. Old Vergilius. There's a secret fishing level in Ultra Kill where there's allegedly a size 2 fish, but it doesn't actually exist. Every patch they say added size 2 fish, like the old removed Herobrine gag from the Minecraft patch notes. Ah, clever. Also, size -1 fish, says Urge. I think I would be rattled by a size 2 fish. That sounds scary. Well, maybe not. I don't like the deep sea. Anyway, moving on. Let's go. Just then... Uh-oh. I heard vicious sounds of crashing waves and roars of an all-crashing storm. Visions of destruction pass before me. Limbs and bits of flesh tear off the shredding storm that brings crashing waves. Ishmael clings to the ship for dear life. What is happening all of a sudden? And a behemoth of an eye, its overwhelming and all-consuming size looming over the ship, watches her in silence. Perhaps this could be a clue to Ishmael's perplexing behavior. I don't like that. That actually... you know when you get, like, uncomfortable or scared and you get, like a feeling on your back? I don't like that. Banger alert. It's the size 1.75 fish. That's scary. Now, the whole point seems to drive people insane looking for a fish that doesn't exist, which does take place in hell after all. Ah. It's Mr. Krabs. Agagagag. He's fucking dead. Damn. Gregor's brethren? No, he's a roach. He's not a crab. Well, actually, I don't really know what he is, because his default ego is... He gets, like... I don't know. He gets a different kind of arm. You see that small vent on the floor? No? Have you ever heard of Among Us, Gregory? Oh my god. Oh right, Gregor's VA is also Korean Mr. Krabs. Thank you. I forgot about that. Okay, I get what you mean by brother. Alright. I get it. It makes sense. Also, not sure if it's audible or not, but shout out to whoever's playing music so loud I can feel my floor shaking. This car's going down the road. If you're listening to something so loud that I can feel the vibrations of it in my rickety little home here, fairly far from the road, that can't be a good driving experience, bro. Gonna burst your eardrums, man. Well, some people would beg to differ. I'm not one of them, though. I will not eat the bugs. You cannot force me to eat the bugs. I refuse. Get in the fucking coffin. It lived on 4. Bro. That's her skill 3. Everybody, please. Oh, wait. Wait, why is this a focused battle? Huh? Oh, I guess probably because we're gonna fight, what's his name? King Crab. Oh, that's not gonna clash. You can clash with that. You can hit that. That. There, and we'll redirect it back. That does clash with it now, yes. And that's a defensive, so I don't need to worry about it. I was waiting to see how long until you noticed. Yeah, I just barely did. Oh, I don't think I added more units. Whoops.
지킬 게 많거든.
P rank. This is more ultra kill stuff. Legitimately, the only thing of ultra kill I've ever seen is Germa, like, freaking out. King Trash Crab. The body's restored next turn. Well, he gave you extra mouse and Dawn slot. I'll take it. We do have a skill 3 coming up. We still have a few more turns of Strider, so that should be good enough. And then, of course, we get the speed boost question mark from, yeah, we get haste from skill 2. But this is a focused encounter, so I should probably pay more attention. The only Scylla I know is the one from Etrian Odyssey. Mouse, you deal with that for now. Should have someone deal with some of these crabs. We're dominating here. This is skill 3. He's got good sanity, so that's fine, right? Let's have him skill 3 the main body. How can you tell what part is what again? Does this thing have 3 head parts and 1 body part? And then I think this is unopposed. I see a red line coming from somewhere. It's the defensive? Does it matter if I do that? Combat, yeah, it's combat start. That doesn't matter. I don't think it matters anyway. There's some attack weight stuff going on here. I guess he's trying to... I don't know, is he eating his friends? White Hunt loves kills, so you should probably handle a crab. You're right. You're right. None of the crabs are weakened, I guess, since we just got here. Makes sense. Sure. Does he have the rocket launcher yet? This is layer 5, right? Me, who's only seen a 30-second clip of Ultra Kill. The head has 3 attack slots, the body has 1. Thank you. I think it has some kind of spike damage on its guard. The crabs have cannons, does that count? Are there cannon crabs in Ultra Kill? Is this the size 2 fish? Nice. Should probably bust out some swords on Roja. Nice. Attaboy. Well, we have movement speed and skill 3 on mouse. You take double damage if... Well, it only has 22 health. So you take double damage if the part itself is staggered, right? So maybe not, actually. The body is severable, so I think that if you throw too many attacks into it, they get wasted. Okay. And then it could heal itself, it said earlier. If it heals like 15% or some shit. This. At the end of the turn, if this unit has healed 15% of max HP or more, the body is restored next turn. Yeah. I've only ever really fought this thing in MD, so I haven't really had to worry about it. We should throw 1 attack at the body. Just 1. We'll send Withering... we'll send White Hunt over there. Do Arcana Pierce here. Again, I'm ignoring this defensive. It's a combat start thing, so I don't think I can stop it anyway, right? Toss some coins up in the air and shoot the railgun at it. Trust. I'm sorry, you mentioned coins and railgun, and I can't help but think of the anime. Which actually, I never saw railgun, I saw Index. He's a max SP, so kind of leave for that. Fair enough. I mean, this makes her tanky, right? God, what a cool fucking idea. I'm just gonna P plus enter.
나아가주게.
And there we go. I was half expecting it to turn into an egg, but it's not an abnormality. We have coins, but the only railgun is on Full Stop Office Fixer Heathcliff, and I don't own that. According to Virgilius, the people at the boatworks have been saving up for a trip back to V Corp's back streets, where their fixer office used to be. After experiencing a warp train malfunction, they apparently decided they'd rather take the car. Good on them. I considered telling them the truth I learned from a number of identities, but I figured ignorance is bliss and kept my figurative mouth shut. Maybe I feared that things I said could bring bad results again. Like how Ishmael has fallen out with me.
오, 걸렸어.
이걸로 완성이네요.
All's well that ends well.
마침 밀물대네요. 지금 출발하실 수 있을 겁니다.
Potato, potato? Who cares? Railgun, rail cannon? Tomato, tomato.
자, 그럼 보트 형태로 전환.
It's kind of alarming.
이렇게 변하는군.
이 차량을 설계한 분이 존경스럽네요. 사실 저도 듣기만 들었지 실제로 이렇게 작동하는 건 처음 봐서. 아마 이 차량의 핵심만 건재하다면 다른 형태로도 충분히 바뀔 수 있을걸요.
Alright, what canto do we go into space? Spaceship form Mephistopheles.
어떻게 이런 코어가 존재할 수 있는 거죠? 정말 대단하다는 말밖에는 나오지가 않네요.
네, 파우스트는 대단합니다.
자, 그럼 다들 탑승하세요. 물가에 가서 배로 다시 전환하면 될 거예요.
Aboard the now boat-shaped Mephistopheles, we forged ahead into the ever-rising waters. My relationship with Ishmael was still precarious, which was something I still wasn't too sure what to do about. But since some of the sinners were also trying to be supportive towards Ishmael, I decided that it would be best if I tried to come up with a solution in the meantime. Maybe I'll find out the further we get from the shores of the Great Lake.
잘 나아가네요.
그럼 우리 이제 돈 받아서 외식하러 갈 수 있는 거야?
돈이라면 아까 받았어요. 계약 이행 완료하자마자 제비아치 협회에서 보낸 배송 전문 해결사가 오시더니 바로 잔금을 치러주시던데요.
Devya Association.
오, 생각보다 어마어마한 회사였는데?
Do I know that name?
좋아! 잔뜩 벌었으니 오늘은 크랩게 말고 오랜만에 돼지고기 어때? 삼겹살로!
좋죠, 누님.
Good for these three. I'm happy for them, man.
그런데 미카.
네?
이번 개조 목록에 잠수 기능도 있었어?
그럴 리가요?
저거 기우는 것 같은데.
야, 빨리 물 빼!
양동이는 어딨죠? 구멍을 찾았어. 이곳에.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Touchdown. I don't know Sangria.
출발할게. 보글보글.
Thank you, Karon. Surprised she's sighing and not screaming at the top of her lungs.
위약금 낼 준비나 해야겠네요.
조졌군.
Oh, whoops. I think I accidentally skipped through a funny zoom in on Olga. And then they were never seen again. Damn, maybe Ishmael was right. With our frantic attempts to drain the bus and Charon's skillful rowing, We managed to get back to the boat works and have the bus repaired. With that, our voyage to the Great Lake began somehow in earnest. Finn. Okay, alright. I wasn't sure how they were going to end it, but if they ended on a gag, I actually don't mind it that much. Kind of a strange intervallo. That was very short, like Pork said. No complaints, though. Enjoyable. We got a couple of actually like good moments, a couple of tense moments, and of course a couple of funny moments. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. That's even more boxes. I have not been doing my due diligence. I've not been grinding. I don't think I've done a mirror dungeon at all this week yet. And my current number of ego shards is... We have 224 Ryoshu ones. I think I want first match flame if I can craft that. Otherwise, it would be Honglu who has the second highest. If I can somehow get 400 before the season ends, which I don't remember if we have an exact date for that. I want to say it's soon. Mostly set up for Kanto 5, but it was good setup. Yes, a very eloquent way of putting it, Pork. Question? What's your question, soldier? I teleported bread. I have done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days. Is this a reference, Yomu? September 14th, so I've got a month. And a half, basically. Nice. Okay. I will try to grind up the 200 shards I'm missing for Ryoshu. And no guarantees, but maybe I'll work on Honglu as well. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine, Dawn. Don't worry about it. Okay. Either way, I don't even know what I would want for Honglu. Could I look at some of the... what was it? There were some IDs I wanted to look at. Does it really matter, I guess? We could probably just head out, I suppose. I'm afraid to look... Oh, right, you guys were talking about W Corp trains, or W Corp IDs. And you had me curious, but I don't know if I want to... Do I want to know? Don Quixote needs to be put down. Get him out of here! Mods ban him and block him. Look. She's precious. Probably my favorite character in all of this. They're all in standard fare, I think. That's a pretty big pool, no. I see W Corp cleanup agent. If there's a Ryoshu that's a good investment in terms of shards, it's probably Mao Branch Heisho. Ah, I thought first match Flame was really good. And I do have a burn team now, which I do use Ryoshu in because she's like... she's not a burn team, but she has Tremor. And I figured that... I don't know, I figured it'd be good. Event ID, so not normally rollable and mandatory for Rupture even if she's not as insane as Mouse. Mandatory? Wow. 50 street cleaners and Minos Prime be upon ye machine. 4NF is good, but IDs would probably be more useful than Ego right now. Okay. Oh wait, you actually can't shard it until next season. Oh fuck. Season 5? I'm afraid to look in here. I'm doing the cartoony thing where I'm kind of peeking through my hands. Do I want to know right now, or do we find out some other time when I actually can shard it? Event tab. Heisho Mao branch. Is it this one? Yes. That's a lot of keyword rupture. That's a lot of keyword rupture. That's a lot of keyword rupture and Strider Mao. Well, okay. I mean, I like Rupture. I haven't run my Rupture team in a while. just because of how crazy, how insane the Dawn Fixers are. She doesn't have assist defense and has way lower defense level, so she's like strictly a DPS. Damn. Alright, in that case, how about we end it there then, guys? 2.5 hours is pretty decent for a stream. We got the whole Intervallo done in one sitting. Although I am kind of curious, is it Kanto time next? Or will it be more side stories? We have 2 minisodes, and then Kanto 5. The Evil Defining. Alright. As opposed to Mouse do anything speed DPS tank bro. Well, yes, well, Mouse is crazy. I mean, the 2 extra Mao basically feed into Mouse star buff, so they're also good for that. There's also 2 minisodes that are actually kind of important. Well, we'll do them next time. You're gonna hate this one. That scares me. I don't like the deep sea. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't like the deep sea. Alright, we're out of here, fellas. Where's my Limbus? That's not my Limbus. Where's my Limbus? There we go. OMG, it's Ultra Kill. It's Inferno. Look. Again, I'll take your word for it. Let's see. What, you don't like gelato or whatever the fuck this was? Tastes good, man. I got it for $1.25. It's hard to beat. It's Drew from Giant Bomb. Anyway. Unlike other minisodes, I feel like these are important to read. Maybe end off with Don Gregor's Uptie story. If you have the thread for it, finally. Let me see. I think I needed 80. I have 70. Let me check. Yes, I don't. Sorry. Maybe we'll save that for Kanto 5, Matt, if it's going to be pretty thematic. Remind me next time if you don't mind. Next time. I know we've been putting off these, uptying these IDs for a while now, but maybe next time. Same time next week. Take care, guys. See you then. I do this every Tuesday, by the way, so take care.